Hi, this is Ben from Marooned on Tumblr, and I'm going to be reading three poems and give you kind of notes and explanations and stuff. If there's anything you want to know about, just put it in the comments or message me on Tumblr and I'll put it in the next video or message you back. Every escalator goes both directions if you're the one in the basement control room under the mall tile. Every flat screen is two-way if you're a neuromancer in the suburbs of Ontario. Every panda bear in China is made of useful atoms if you can get the furry device to Bell Labs and hook it up to their point contact germanium device. So these are three things that can be used for the opposite of their intentions in a way. So obviously escalators, I think they can go both directions if you reverse them, through the controls and stuff. Neuromancer is, if you haven't read, is a great little kind of science fiction book. And the last one, of course, is I don't think panda bears are intended to be broken down into atoms and used for other things. And I think this is also kind of an excuse to use this point contact germanium device. I thought this was just a great phrase. It's an actual thing that I think Bell Labs had an early patent on. I'm not sure what the heck it does, but it seemed interesting. I ran across it. This one is pink because I started out doing poems on colored pages just for fun, just because you could do it. I want to be in love with you on a train to Memphis in 1937, where candy apples are expensive and there's a hogging competition in the city. Your phone number had 5 digits. Take everything with you when you go fishing. The difference between concrete and asphalt is the entire 20th century. So this one is kind of just rural versus urban stuff, and I'm from Memphis, so I guess this is my opinion of it. Memphis is kind of, people call it country comes to town, so it's not a very big city, but it's definitely not country. But I suppose in 1937 it was more of a mix of things. And the concrete and asphalt thing, to me, this is a perfect kind of, not quite metaphor, but something else, where there's a big difference between concrete and asphalt, just like there is between sort of country and city. A former union organizer said that in the abstract, the treadmill is the saddest human idea. A person gets on it to live longer, only to spend the extra years on the same conveyor belt, then die. A straight-A student turned journalist says long-distance running is the only sport appropriate for humans, based on our skill-by-skill matchups with the animal kingdom. You can like them both, but you can't like them both equally. So these are both two pretty literal things. There's this guy from Duke named Rick Roderick. He actually has a ton of YouTube videos I'll link to. They're not his, but they were made for like a college course on tape thing, but now from like 90, 91, something like that. But now they're all on YouTube, and he was talking about how if you really wanted to stay in shape and stuff, you would just sit, like meditate, eat soybeans, and stay on a treadmill the rest of the time. So then you would live to be 100, 110, but of course, what would the point be? And the second one is also a real thing. I think this was an article on Slate.com, maybe Salon.com, about how long distance running is appropriate for humans because it's the only thing we can do better than other animals. Like a cheetah is faster than us, humans, in a 20-meter sprint or something, but a cheetah couldn't or wouldn't run a marathon, but most humans can run a marathon if they train for it. They might walk and stuff, but we would still win the race. And the last part is straight from Pulp Fiction, where I think it's in the movie, I can't remember if it's a deleted scene or not, where they talk about Elvis versus the Beatles, where you can like them both, but you can't like them both equally. And I think it's kind of a short way of summing up a lot of stuff in life. So thanks for listening. Just message anything you want here on Tumblr. Thanks.